If you've been alive these past months, then you've had to have heard about the allegations brought against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Apparently, he's being accused of sexually assaulting a woman in college. He's claiming the allegations are false. A lot of people are comparing this incident to Bill Cosby, who was just sentenced to 10 years from a felony assault charge. People are claiming only Cosby will face repercussions from the recent Me Too sexual assault confessions, where multiple victims, including Lady Gaga, Ellen, Gabrielle Union, and even Terry Crews, who exposed countless familiar faces as their attackers. The internet was exploding about whether or not Cosby was wrongfully indicted. Cosby's lawyer even went as far to compare Cosby to Jesus and claim the injustice was a matter of race. My opinion on that is, I don't think that the incident was a matter of race, but I think it could become a matter of race if only Bill Cosby was going to be charged. So many people were outed, Matt Lauer, and the list is just on and on and on, but only Cosby seems to have been indicted. Model Amber Rose didn't seem to take these claims lightly. She posted an Instagram rant where she stated he was a sexual predator. He's a sexual predator like Trump and Harvey, and she hoped he does the full 10 years and dies the days he gets out. Cosby fans did not take this lightly. Donald Trump spoke out against Bill Cosby in 2014 when he said, "Cosby is foolish, stupid, and getting bad advice." And he's remaining silent now that Kavanaugh is being placed in the hot seat. He is now victim shaming Dr. Christine Ford and coming up with numerous excuses to excuse the alleged behavior of his friend Brett Kavanaugh. And it brings me to wonder, why did Americans previously feel so passionate about speaking up against sexual assault, and where is that energy now? Last year, we were all on board with the Me Too campaign. Everyone was saying that sexual assault was a horrible thing and it needed to be put an end to. But now, it seems as if people feel like we're back to victim shaming. I've seen people on Instagram saying things like, why did she come out so late? Why would he sexual assault her? That these seem false. Well, when it was Bill Cosby in the chair, people weren't saying that. So where's the energy at now? That's what I want to know. And Donald Trump seems to be backing whatever the tide, wherever his followers want him to say, that's what he says. When Bill Cosby was in the hot seat, he was saying it seemed like lies. He was saying it didn't seem true. But now all of a sudden you're on Instagram and you're in interviews saying, and Twitter, saying that young men are being accused daily. It wasn't an accuser when it was Bill Cosby. It wasn't an accuser every time a black NFL player is being accused of something, then it's a fact. But now people are making up rumors. I just find it a little bit funny. For our next topic, we're talking about the NFL ad featuring Colin Kaepernick. The internet was exploding when Colin Kaepernick was recently featured on a Nike ad captioned, "Believe in something, even if that means sacrificing everything," in reference to his deemed infamous protest against police brutality and guns. Now, I know it seems hard to believe, but I've been in a lot of Instagram beefs about this topic. A lot of people seem to now have taken on the perspective that this protest was against the national anthem in the United States, which is false. This was originally about police brutality in America, and now people have taken this and twisted it completely into what it was never. It was never protesting the national anthem. It was never protesting the American flag. But people just see this protest and look at it as if it was something evil. And then for Trump to tweet and say that it was disrespecting veterans, this is a man who dodged his chance to become a veteran and has the nerve to speak and even insult veterans. This is the man who told the late John McCain he was not a war hero after he was a prisoner of war captured in 1967 in Vietnam. That is the real son of a bee. Yet makes comments on everything except the death of Botham Jean. He was on Twitter all week, the week of the Nike protest, saying people should boycott Nike, that this was a real issue, but as soon as an officer killed an unarmed black man, we have no comment. There was no comments made. People were protesting Nike, burning their Nikes as if that made a difference. But as soon as this happened, we don't see anything. I just find that really suspicious. Earlier this week, Cardi B turned herself into the police on October 2nd for allegedly paying multiple people to attack 2 strippers who rumored had relations with her husband, Offset. This was after Cardi B attacked Nicki Minaj at Fashion Week earlier this month. It is rumored that Cardi B attacked Nicki Minaj because comments that were made about her newborn Culture. Minaj has since laid those rumors to rest, saying she would never talk about anyone's child or their parenting. This is an interesting situation. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have had a fake beef for ever since Cardi's career came out. I've noticed that multiple people like hairdressers, designers, other artists have been trying to create beefs between them that they both have been saying were not true. But now all of a sudden, they're fighting. I'm not surprised by this. People are saying that Cardi B needs to calm down. I saw people on Instagram saying that she's out of control. She's only acting the way she's proved to be. This is who she is. She acts like this. I'm not shocked. This is the kind of behavior that she promotes. It's the kind of behavior she says she does. And it's totally understandable why she acts like that. Nicki Minaj, I think that it was time. It was time for her to get beat up. She says whatever she wants to say, acts however she wants to act, and she thinks it's okay. It's not. She is constantly fighting to prove her worth when it's already been proved. We know that you're talented. We know that you're the female rapper right now of our era. You don't have to keep fighting with every new artist. You fought with Remy Ma. You fought with Iggy Azalea. You fought with Miley Cyrus. What are you fighting for? If you're really who you're claiming that you are, then why do you have to prove it if you're the baddest on the block? Cardi B is allegedly claimed to have sent 2 men to attack 2 strippers who had relations with her husband, Offset. It's a tough situation. The strippers were apparently beat so bad that they were in the hospital. She turned herself into the police. She came out of the police station smiling. She looked happy. She didn't seem like she was remorseful at all. But you know, that's a part of her gimmick. I think that that's another thing that she's also proven she do. She acted that way on Love and Hip Hop. She acted that way on her Instagram rants. And I'm not shocked. It is hilarious, but it's not shocking. So we have a few questions that were asked on my Instagram. Like I said, I get a lot of Instagram beefs. One of the questions was, what do I think about Michael B. Jordan playing Superman? I think it'll be awesome. I think that we need to stop putting so many restrictions on fictional characters like Superman or Spider-Man. These are characters that are not real. I think that a black Superman would be awesome. I think that a Hispanic Superman would be awesome. And I think that it's time for change. And the people that are complaining about having a different race to Superman, it's a back issue. You're not really upset about being a black Superman. You're really upset because you don't want to get rid of the power that it holds when only Superman is one race. It's the same thing when they wanted to make Idris Elba 007. I think that would be awesome. He's British, he looks powerful. I think he'd make a great 007. And I think that Michael B. Jordan would make an awesome Superman. And I can't wait to see what they're gonna put together. Another question was, how do you feel about the Kardashians appropriating or stealing the black culture? Kim Kardashian catches a lot of heat for wearing cornrows or dressing in black culture. And I think that we use the culture appropriation term a lot. And Americans are constantly saying that, why are Americans using European beauty standards? Well, when Europeans or white Americans try to use black standards, you call them culture appropriators. So why would they ever try to change? The Kardashians do set trends, and I think a lot of the ways to change would be letting them open up the door to change. Now, when she called them braids Boderick braids, that's when it was a problem, because they're cornrows. But her wearing cornrows or her dressing in urban styles does not offend me or make me feel any kind of way, because I think that it's time that we all start using different cultures. If she wants to wear box braids and dreadlocks and look stupid, then that's on her. But who says you can't do that? Who says that a white person can't wear box braids or cornrows? I say let them do it, because it's teaching everyone that we're all the same, and we all have, you can choose your culture. That's what America's about. And I think we've lost that sense of culture melting pot. We're so want to be segregated, but we're all actually the same. And I actually want the Kardashians and more public figures to teach people that you can actually wear cornrows or dress differently. You don't have to, use European beauty standards. But it does become an issue when you start changing the names. Ice-T's wife fell under heat for, she wore, those braids that go to the side. She wore those and called them Coco braids, because her name's Coco. That was definitely outrageous. In no way could you change the name of classic braids as if you've invented something new. That's when it becomes cultural appropriation. But just wearing cornrows and feeling good about yourself does not make you a cultural appropriator. And we've got to put that to rest. But speaking of the Kardashians, who always seem to be in the tabloids, the next question was, how do you feel about Kanye West's recent comments about slavery and his support of Donald Trump? Kanye West is a buffoon. He basically just says whatever he thinks that makes no sense. His comments about slavery, like slavery was a choice, we should get rid of the 13th or 14th Amendment, which abolished slavery, they don't make sense. Kanye West just is asinine. Slavery, if he had looked into the deep roots, if he had looked into what slavery was really about, there was no choice at all. People were feared, people were attacked. That comment was truly disgusting. Now, his support of Trump, he can support Trump if he wants to support Trump, but he is gonna lose a lot of support. A lot of people are not buying his clothes because of that. A lot of people aren't buying his music because of that. And I do think he's going through a mental breakdown. I think the man needs help. I saw him, he had bleached hair and blue contacts. He just looks deranged, and I'm in fear for him. He must be going through something deep. And then his obsession with, calling people out and saying stuff that's just not true. He's like the Black Trump, and it's scary. I mean, they would make good friends, egotistical, insane, but his comments were asinine and disturbing. And he was on Saturday Night Live recently, and he wore his Make America Great Again hat, and Trump went to Twitter to applaud him for that. And people like Snoop Dogg, who said he was a Uncle Sam, I totally agree with them. I mean, I think that Kanye West is choosing to be a buffoon. I think maybe there's some drugs there, just like with Trump. I mean, it's out of control.